Welcome back to the news at 10. 4 persons suspected to be kidnappers were lynched today in Oshogbo, the Osun State capital. The Osun State Police Command and the state government have condemned the act, saying the law will not spare anyone who metes out jungle justice on anyone else, irrespective of the crime. Today's lynching is coming a few days after the Inspector General of Police warned against such acts. He says anyone that commits murder will face the law. Now, a federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered a stay of execution on the judgment which declared illegal the collection of toll on the Lekki-Ikoyi Link Bridge here in Lagos. The presiding judge, Justice Saliu Seidu, in a ruling today, granted the application for stay of execution filed by the Lagos State government on March the 28th, the day after the judgment was delivered. With the court's ruling, toll collection will continue on the bridge, pending the determination of the government's appeal challenging the judgment. In his reaction to the ruling, the plaintiff, Mr. Ebunolu Adegboruwa, said he was ready for the appeal. The state government and the Attorney General in the state, Mr. Adeekpaye, who are both the third and fourth respondents in the main suit, had filed the application for stay of execution on the grounds of its appeal against the court's judgment. Now, Reckitt's and Bencasa, that's a leading provider for health, hygiene and home solutions, has joined the rest of the world to mark World Malaria Day by taking a campaign and donations to residents of the Apapa area in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. The aim of the initiative, according to the Marketing Director West Africa, is for the company to help achieve a 100% malaria-free society.
The world today stands up again to mark a key advocacy day which aims at combating a deadly disease, malaria. In affected areas, women and children have been identified as the most vulnerable group. And back at home in downtown Apapa, Reckitt's Bencasa, a strategic health partner, is helping these ones with the message on how to prevent and fight malaria. These messages are best conveyed in simple words. And in this community, here's what works.
Everybody will get fever, everybody they hot and something. Now malaria, now the person get. It not be like that anymore. Not be all the body where they hot, now the malaria. The only way you don't know, say that malaria I get. Now you let them go to the doctor or hospital. Go to the hospital, make them they do test for you. Then they do test for anybody when anybody they hot.
Some other products you just spray it and you need to leave the house because there's a very bad smell. But when you use Mortein, you don't have these type of issues. And it kills 100% of the mosquitoes, which is the key benefit of the product itself. So because what we believe at is even one bite of a mosquito can cause malaria. So that's why you cannot take a risk, even just not killing one mosquito. So that's the key benefit of the product, just killing 100% of the mosquitoes, and it's safe to use next to your, valuable ones. Kills 100% mosquitoes, prevents 100% malaria. That's the, key message of this year.
Away from the field, the management team of Reckitt's also visits this hospital in Ajegunle to carry on the same message.
This is 1 year of protection, okay? 2 cases, so every day, you need to spray in your house so that she's not going to get malaria. Okay? It's always better than you don't do it, okay? Spray every day, okay?
Sadly though, 40% of deaths caused by malaria in sub-Saharan Africa occurs in 2 countries, Nigeria and DR Congo. Hopes will be that come next year, the Millennium Development Goal year, Nigeria will have made a quantum leap in the fight against malaria.
All right, let's take a look at business news. Adeshawa Josh joins us. Shawa.
Well, thanks a lot. In Business News tonight, in its continuous drive to reduce card fraud, the Central Bank of Nigeria has asked commercial banks, switches and processors to get the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standards certification. And this was contained in a statement posted on the regulator's website today. The certification, which should be done by November the 30th, will be used to detect and prevent incidents in payment operations among banks. The framework helps banks to ensure safe handling of cardholders' information at every step. The regulator says it will sanction any bank that does not key into the initiative before the due date. The World Bank has approved a country partnership strategy for Nigeria. The strategy is to increase its development assistance to the country for job creation, social service delivery, and governance to about $2 billion per annum through the International Development Association and the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development Financing. The new CPS will cover the period between 2014 and 2017, and this is expected to introduce a change in the country's borrowing status. Nigeria was declared creditworthy for IBRD financing last year and is officially entering blend status from July the 1st, 2014. In company news, Diamond Bank PLC has received the approval of its shareholders to raise up to $750 million through an offer by way of rights. According to the managing director of the bank, Dr. Alex Oti, of this amount, $250 million has been received from some foreign agencies, and all that is left now is about $500 million. The shareholders have also approved the dividend of 30 kobo per ordinary share proposed by the board. Our correspondent, BC Koka, reports.
It's the 23rd annual general meeting of Diamond Bank PLC. Board members and shareholders have come together to review the bank's achievements in the last 1 year and come up with innovative ideas to move it forward. The managing director of the bank highlights some of its achievements so far.
Beyond branch banking, we are also doing things that others are not doing in the area of delivery channels, multiple delivery channels. Your bank can be on your phone, your bank can be on your iPad, and it's already working. So a lot of the branches today, the young people don't even visit them. They just use their telephone, do all their transactions, even when they want to send money abroad, you do it from the comfort of your home.
The bank has declared a dividend of 30 kobo per share. And for these shareholders, it's a welcome development.
Today, the financial crime industry have made it that it's 25 kobo or 14 kobo or 30 kobo all over all the banks. Today, we're going home with 30 kobo dividend.
On its part, Diamond Bank PLC assures its customers that more is still to come.
We just started a proposition for the unbanked and underbanked, the one we call financial inclusion. And we see a lot of accounts being signed on by our agents on a daily basis. So people need to be reached, people need to be served in the most cost-effective manner. There are a lot of people who don't have bank accounts. Nigeria is a country of 170 million people, so there is still a whole lot to do.
Diamond Bank PLC recorded an increase in its profit before tax in its full-year results ended December 31, 2013. The bank's profit after tax also grew from 22.1 billion naira to 28.5 billion naira. BC Koka, Channels Television News.
Well, it's time to check out closing figures from the Nigerian Stock Exchange with Harriet Agbe.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. After 4 days of trade owing to the Easter holiday, the Nigerian equities market ended the week on a negative note on increased sell pressure. The all-share index lost 0.29% and finished the day's trade below the 39,000 psychological line at 38,898.14 as some market heavyweights were unchanged. The market capitalization of equities listed on the main board also ended lower at 12.79 trillion naira. A trading for the day was mixed as 20 stocks appreciated while 19 declined. The top 3 price appreciators all had gains less than 1 naira, and Seplat Petroleum Development Company reversed 3 days of losses, adding almost 1 naira to its share price. On the flip side, investors gave CAP, Okomu Oil and Zenith Bank the cold shoulder. FBN Holdings continues to be among the most actively traded equities for the day, including Skybank and Resort Savings and Loans. At the end of Friday's trade, volume came in at 284.18 million units, exchanged in 5,665 deals for 2.61 billion naira. Well, those are the day's trading figures. I'm Harriet Agbini.
a lot, Harriet. That's business news tonight. The news at 10 continues in a moment.